Hello there, fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be having a conversation about how to plan out your week. My business makes over six figures every year annually for the last couple of years, and I love to help other people with learning how to start creating the processes and structure inside their business so that they can have similar success. For those of you that are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jessie Gary. I am a certified Honeybook Pro, but I am also a consultant for small businesses that are in the event industry space. I love talking about all of the unsexy things about entrepreneurship, and I'm here to be able to share with you how you can go about being more productive in your business and taking control of your schedule. There's always something to do in our business, and I understand wholeheartedly how sometimes it can be a strain to still do your personal life stuff while you're still running your business. So I want to give you some valuable insights that have helped me with having success and not feeling as if I have to choose either having a successful business or having no personal life at all. So there is a happy medium, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So here's the thing. I'm going to be sharing some backgrounds to my business with some screen shares to help you having more of a visual aid. So the first thing that I really want to be able to share with you is some of the platforms in which I use. So the biggest thing that helps me with keeping it all organized is really Google Calendar. So as you can see with my Google Calendar, I have everything nicely organized so that I can clearly see what I'm doing on specific days. I have some things that are just standing, and then I also have some things that are just for work. I do have color-coded items, and then of course I have to have everything feeding into my Honeybook as well. So when it comes to using Google Calendar, you want to be able to know specific tasks, and I also do recommend for you to create color-coded calendars, and you can do that in your settings. And if y'all want me to do a video on that, I will more than welcome, but I'm sure you can find that information easily on YouTube. That's how I found it. So what I like to do on every Sunday, I like to have a planning period that allows for me to see exactly what's on my upcoming calendar, as well as the items that I want to tackle in this upcoming week. The reason why I do this is because it allows for me to allocate exactly what effort I need to allocate in my personal life stuff, and then also what I need to allocate when it comes to the business things. I love this, and I've been using this philosophy now for a very long time. Color blocking and time blocking has been a part of my scheduling for probably since college. So this is like 20 years in the making. Sometimes I look back and like, how did you keep going to school full-time, having a full-time job? I was modeling, still doing all the things that you would normally do when you're 20 years old. Like and I play sports. I don't know how I did any of that. But the biggest thing that helped me with doing it all was because I use Google Calendar, or I use a calendar to keep those things organized. So now that you know exactly the calendar that I'm using, now we're going to talk about time blocking. This is something that's very important, and I've gotten better with it over time. The biggest thing that entrepreneurs sometimes fall victim to is only making time to do the things that are a part of their business and never making time to work inside of their business. They say a healthy mix is that 60% of your time should be allocated to you doing your service, but you need to have anywhere between 40 to 50% of your time actually working inside of your business until you have team members. And even still, you're going to have to work inside of your business. And it's not until you get to a very high level that you can really start to wing some of that stuff off, but then you still are always going to have something to worry about. So with time blocking, I have some major buckets that I always have, like my personal non-negotiable things. So like church, family functions, my workout schedule, studying, when Bible study workshop is going on, I have those things on my calendar. If I'm volunteering, those are non-negotiables. However, there are what I like to have are like my perfect week. I put some time to the side, and my schedule that I'm not necessarily needing to not have available for personal things, but if something else comes up, I'm more than willing to let it go. So I like to have non-negotiables as well as negotiable personal things. Then when it comes to time blocking, I like to think about the things that are going on with my event business, and then of course the things that are going on with Greeneyed Ambition. So I need to be able to have those two things separate so that no one's trying to book me to do things for Luxgiving and while people are needing me for Greeneyed Ambition. So when it comes to time blocking, I do put on my schedule times that are dedicated to me working only on the administrative stuff within my event business, just like I have time blocks that are non-negotiable inside of my consulting business. And this may seem overwhelming. However, this is how I'm able to do it all. Like, I think that people assume that just because you have a full schedule that you just are either just stressing yourself out or you're making yourself available at all times, and that is not the case. So I do have specific times that are allocated to when I can do sales calls. I don't do any calls on Mondays because that's my admin day where I'm getting things ready and lined up for the upcoming week. And of course, this is a no-brainer because like Mondays, we're not really getting a lot of stuff for clients. And I find that that's the day that some people just like, oh, this is going to be my day off, and they don't do anything. And then Tuesday comes along and now they're swamped. So this is why I like to be strategic when I have time down and when I need to have moments where I'm just doing nothing but administrative tasks. And then that leads us right into the third thing, having task-specific days. This helps me 100% with having the type of businesses that I do have so that I'm not jumping between 20 different activities. Like today, I knew this evening was going to be a content creation day. So I made sure that I did my makeup. I need to get my hair shaved, but I just tried to make sure I was as presentable as possible because I knew I was doing a lot of back-to-back video content, either for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and different things. So I knew that I needed to have this time block. So task-specific days are just days that you're dedicating to specific things. So typically for me, Tuesdays and Thursdays up to 12 o'clock, those are administrative days that I spend time on my event business. And then on specific day on Wednesday, that's when I do a lot of my design projects for my consulting clients. So that's when I do that. And then I have Fridays, and Fridays is designated for something, and Saturdays I try not to work on weekends, but if I am going to work on a weekend, I usually will do that either for editing of content, or that's when I'm creating a video recording day. However, it does help you so that when you're looking at all the tasks that you need to complete, you know when you're going to dedicate time to it. You may be like, Jessie, that sounds really easy, but it may not feel like it's easy. I challenge you to look at the things you do and how you can clump those things into a specific day and strategy. You may not want to have that every day you can do consultations. I had a client that I worked with who had a full-time job, has a whole family, and then had a food truck business. He only could do phone calls on certain times of the day, 2 times a week. And people will make it work if they really want to work with you. Don't think that you have to be available at all times so that you can have success in your business. In reality, you'll find that you'll have very limited success if you are always available. All right, so now that we've gone through the things that help me with planning out my Google Calendar, I now want to talk about the importance of leveraging task management tools. So if I know that I'm doing administrative tasks on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I need to know what I'm going to be doing in those time periods, because I don't want it to be Tuesday or Thursday and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do next. That is not going to work. You want to be able to have full clarity on what you got to do, who you got to call, what you got to follow up on, so you're getting things done and you're not always finding yourself always working. So I want to share with you the 2 different platforms that I'm currently using in addition to Google Calendar. And I do have both of those actually speaking to my Google Calendar to help me with keeping organized on the tasks that I need to do. The one that I always talk about on this platform is Asana. I have some videos that I'll make sure to link up here so that you can see how you can use Asana inside of your business. I recently started looking into ClickUp. I am super new with ClickUp. I know a lot of people that love this platform. The biggest reason why I did switch over or started to transition outside of Asana into ClickUp is really just the cost because of the teams. It was becoming more than what I wanted to spend on a platform, and I personally haven't fell in love, or I don't dislike it. It's great for what it is. However, Asana is really great as well. So these platforms really truly help me with breaking down my larger tasks. So I like to, and I'll share with you like my screen. So with like Asana, I like the fact that I'm able to have tasks that I have to do on specific days. So I typically like to do a lot of my sales calls and my pitching on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But then also I have certain alerts that are telling me, because I'm wanting to work on getting my minority certification. So again, my minority business certification. So I just want to have things nice and organized. I can see what's coming up in the upcoming weeks inside of the business. And it's really easy, again, for me to just see what tasks need to happen right inside of my Asana platform. And I love to use task management platforms because I can just brain dump. Like, here's the thing, entrepreneurship, it can feel overwhelming when we don't have any structure and we're trying to keep everything in our brain. Like, I don't trust myself to remember things. Like right now, I had to do an activity a couple of days ago, and someone was asking me for like the passcode and all these. I was like, I legit couldn't even remember my phone number. I don't know if I should be proud of that or not, but it's just like you have all these things to remember. So I don't like to try to keep it all in my brain. I like to be able to use the platforms to help me with knowing these are the things I need to do, and I just check things off. Like, I just get through the work because I check things off and I keep things nice and organized so that I can actually get the things I need done and completed. So using a platform like Asana or ClickUp are going to be great for you to keep track of your task management. And I probably will start working on some type of free resource for those of you that want to get a template. If that's something you will want, just comment and let me know if you're still watching this video. Hey, Jesse, can you create us a template for like social media, or if it's for day-to-day or goal setting, I can do that for you without a problem. Okay, and so now the last part of really being able to create this weekly schedule, because every week I'm going into my Google Calendar. I'm looking at the things that are non-negotiable, the things that are just placeholders, what's finite, what is not finite. I'm looking at my task list, and I'm looking at what days I'm going to do those tasks based off of what my schedule is, so that I'm not breaking those commitments and I'm not feeling as if everything is overwhelmed. So what I do like to do is at the end of every week, I like to review and adjust. And I feel like the review and adjust is something that happens at the beginning of the week as well as the end of the week, where I'll look to see, okay, if I'm creating this upcoming week, what didn't work? How can I be a little bit more kinder to myself? How can I make sure I'm having some downtime to regroup, or where can I be more efficient? Like, it's always this audit that's happening inside of your day that's helping you to realize, like, how are you being more efficient? Because I think we always can feel as if, man, there's just not enough time in a day. There's time in a day, but it may be that you're not using it the most effectively to get the things that you're wanting. So look at your schedule and reflect on what worked well and what areas may need some improvement, so that you can look at how do you refine it for the upcoming week, and just keep going at it. Don't let it be frustrating. There's been some weeks where I make this great schedule and then things happen. All of a sudden I have clients that need something urgently, unexpectedly, maybe because some other vendor canceled and they needed to book us last minute, or someone thought they signed something and they didn't. Like, all those things happen in the event space. However, I may have this great plan and it may not come to pass by the end of the week, and that's fine. I don't beat myself up on it. However, I will make a plan for that upcoming week. So there you have it, my week planning process to having a 100K business. It takes structure, it takes intentionality, but I can assure you, by implementing time blocking, task-specific days, and leveraging some of the tools that I mentioned, like Google Calendar, Asana, or ClickUp, you'll be able to get yourself organized, and you'll not only be organized, but you'll be focused and have a productive week. I hope you found these tips helpful for you when it comes to planning out your week. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and strategies to help you with up-leveling your business. So until the next time, happy planning. Talk to you soon.